okay, who actually held you down when you got out? Because I see stuff like you doing music videos with Bun B and shit. It's like, is that just off the respect that you had for just being an icon in Texas over these years that he wanted to show love, or how's that kind of stuff work?
Actually, a little bit of both. These were my Bun and I I had a song with them and dealt with them before prison.
Got it.
Him and Pimp. And Bun is it's crazy you said his name first. One of the most solid individuals in the game.
Seems like it, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So if I had to clear up and say, hey, he has helped me. He did that song with me. It's on the album Storytime. He did the video, came to Fort Worth. And if I needed a post, if you reposted, of course you try, being a stiff guy, I don't want to get heavy either.
Wait, but the Trill Burger is in Fort Worth as well?
No, it's in Houston.
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah, okay, I just shot a video in Houston a month ago with Killer Calion where Bun basically shut down the whole parking lot so that I could shoot, and Smackwater and all those guys came out, So Bun is, if not one of the greatest people and friends that I have as far as in the industry. We're not bosom buddies as far as we call each other and go out hanging out and hiking and shit. But man, musically, Bun, he's a real guy.
Let me just ask you this. During that era where you were coming up in the Texas rap scene, were you seeing these sort of... when we think about Texas now, when you think about the Ronnie situation, the Mo3 situation, it's like we've kind of got used to Texas being one of these states where there's rival gangs and rappers representing those gangs and they're dealing with each other and all kinds of tragedies happening. Was that the situation when you were coming up, or is that a new thing?
As far as the gangbanging?
Yeah, well, I'm sure gangbanging always existed to some extent, but as far as it being so intertwined with the rap stars.
Yeah, that's new.
Yeah.
I mean, you had your beefs, but the biggest thing was like Pac and Biggie type shit.
I don't think I remember hearing about rapper beef from Texas until, well after, you probably went in.
Yeah, that's the
Swisher House era, we didn't know about
right,
beef.
Nah, man, because really it was like a coalition.
Yeah. That's what we would say is like, okay, California's up, New York's up, there's all this beef, but look at Texas. You got the 8 biggest rappers from Texas in a parking lot shooting a music video
together. See what I'm saying? And that's what it was. That's what I left.
Yeah.
So, and that's the reason why when I'm home, that's the reason why I'm looked at like I'm looked at as the OG, right? I can have a song with Go Yayo. Everybody naming me Go Yayo, CJ Casino, PB, Solo Lucci. Man,
they don't expect you to take sides in all this.
No, not at all.
Right.
They know I won't. And they know if me and you are shooting a video, then you not only because all those little guys are gangsters. Not only are they gonna have their little guys out there, not to call them little, like they're not formidable, but they gonna have their shit out there. But then when you with me, then my cloth is coming out. And you up under my cloth when you with me, you safe. You know what I mean? So if somebody was to do, break that, then shit, you rolling on me too. Not to say that I can't get rolled on, but it's not that smart.
Right. Definitely. So how did you end up doing a posthumous song with Mo3? Do you have connections to his people, or what was the linkage there?
That was Rainwater.
Shout out Rainwater. Great man. I'm surprised he wasn't the one who connected us, because it was actually Gold Toes who told me, hey, I got this guy Twisted Black you got to talk to.
Yeah, well, see, Gold Toes connects. See, Gold Toes definitely is one of the ones that can see the value. And he gave me a shot, him and A-Money and kind of use some of his alliances, so that I could get my story across. Rainwater, on the other hand, Rain came and showed love when I first got out of prison. Came through, checked out the music, all of that, and we remained cordial. And so with the business, like I said, that My Little Nigga song blew up, and he was like, damn, this still could tell a story. Because he had told me you should be telling stories, to get back on your story time. And so I had been wanting to do of course, me being the hottest thing out of Fort Worth, and Mo3, being arguably one of the hottest out of Dallas, I always wanted to to do that song. And I talked to Mo3 twice while I was in prison about doing one, but he never got around to doing it. And so when I did that song, he reached out to me about doing the song. And man, when I tell you, we went to war over that goddamn song. I did that song about 3-4 times.
Oh, really?
Hell yeah. He kept making me rewrite. I'm like, man, I'm not finna write this song there another motherfucking time.
Wow. So you guys had the kind of relationship where he could tell you to rewrite a verse.
I mean, it was business.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was business. I needed this as well as he wanted. He needed it too. So relationship wise, we don't really have a relationship. We can call each other and let's get to the business, but we don't. Him and I, we probably shared space 72 hours before we realized, like, you know what, I'll just call you when I need you. Rain, well, I don't got nothing bad to say about Rain at all. When it comes down to managing and doing what he has done for Mo3's career, man, genius.
Yeah.
And resourceful, and the light taught me some shit just in that little quick span. But, we're just, younger guy. We're just different.
Yeah, definitely. Okay, but were you locked up paying attention to everything Mo3 had going on in the streets in terms of like all this crazy shit with Yellow Beezy and it's like were you tuned in to the various soap operas that were playing out in the scene? I was
tuned in with all of it, but not as much as when I done the song. And the way that we were able to accomplish is he brought me up to speed and so everything that I say on the song, like from this nigga 5'2", couldn't dunk a basketball if he tried to. I'm talking about from everything. Rain gave me that insight. He had the wherewithal to say, hey, you need to know everything. And we sat up in my studio. We got there at like 10 o'clock. We didn't leave till like 6 that evening. You see what I'm saying? And he gave me everything I needed. And I was like a journalist, like literally writing that shit down. And I went in there and just, pieced it together. That's just part of my gift that I'm able to do. I can listen to what you say, or I could take a story and do what I do.
So when you look at Go Yayo, do you see a little bit of yourself as a younger guy in him?
No.
What's the difference?
Let me tell you, Yayo is cut from, see, if a motherfucker thinking that Yayo is any two ways ducking something, then they're wrong.
He's ready to do whatever.
He is, bro. And
for better or for worse.
But if you know Yayo, he is a good. And when I say kid, I mean it with the utmost respect. He's a good kid. I'm only saying it because I'm an old motherfucker. He's a good for real. But no, we're nothing like me. Yeah, Yayo will fight your ass. He will fight you in the middle of Times Square.
Yeah, for sure.
You dig what I'm saying?
Yeah.
If you offend me in the middle of Times Square, then probably, but at that age, then I would probably duck you if I could.
He's done a bunch of time, but you've definitely got the perspective of somebody who really wants to make sure that they don't have to go do more time. For him,
he got time. He got time to do time.
Right. His ego is so, and it's not just that, but like he just knows that like so many people want to try him, want to try to disrespect him on music, whatever. And he knows that like if he wants to survive as a rapper, he's got to go hard. He has to make it clear he's not scared. He's not moving around in a scary way.
He's not.
Yeah.
But here's the deal, man. Yale is no fool. See, that's the thing about it. I could say that this little guy, man, he's not a fool, brother.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So if you thinking that, this finna, I'm pull up with my cameras and I'm gonna see what this talking about, he gonna give you exactly what you're looking for.
Oh yeah, I mean,
he is.
He sits in this chair, and I feel like he realized at a certain point that the best thing he can do for his career is to just be himself 100% and to just say exactly what he feels. But even me, I was taken back a couple of times when I last interviewed him when somebody mentions Sauce Walker getting shot in Memphis, and he goes, "Yeah, I wish his ass had died." Like, I'm like, whoa.
Now you gotta keep in mind.
All these years doing these interviews, I never heard somebody say that about their enemy.
But look, here's the deal. Now keep in mind. Now, Yayo, since I feel like he from Fort Worth, right?
Yeah.
And he's one of the ones. Him and PB are one of the two. Both of them that I feel like I understand. Like you kind of cut from you fabric in that cloth. You know what I mean? I get you. And so I'm rooting for him, right? But if like he do shit like that, But I say to myself, Yayo, what the you?
Right.
But then when you talk to him, it's a method behind his madness.
Right.
And you have to just let the young man cook.
Yeah, he definitely has realized the value in just being unapologetically himself. And any like reasons why he might have, kept that shit to himself is gone. And he just realizes that, I get along with who I get along with, and I don't get along with who I don't get along with. And you know what? I'm gonna use this shit, and I'm gonna go viral by telling the world exactly how I feel. A lot of people, you interview them, and you could ask them about their biggest op in life, and they're gonna say, "Yeah, he cool, or whatever. Keep it super gangster. Yeah, like I don't know him like that. Yeah, I ain't heard nothing about him. I don't know him. All the time that happens, and so it's so weird and different to be interviewing somebody who's willing to really actually tell you what he thinks
because
about.
he really actually don't give a with the whatever happened, real talk.
Yeah,
and he's talented.
He's a wild guy. Okay, but like everything 420 really is the plug. They've got everything you need in one place. From top tier glass to new strains and even mystery boxes with surprise gear, their app is smooth, they ship quick, and there are always discounts going on. Use code NOJUMPER at checkout.